Okay. Pressing buttons trying to get on here. Ah. Okay, and I am on. Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining me. I don't know if I'm going to stay on too long, as I always say that, and then what happens. I just things just start to happen. Hopefully you can all hear me really well, and sending you out so much love. I wrote this morning on my Facebook asking how people were feeling because I woke up with extreme anxiety. I could just feel like everything was tingling within me. Did not feel nauseated or anything, but I knew there was huge transitions and going on. And so I had to, on my breaks and stuff, sort of did my little thank you, Tessa. I had to do my little digging and stuff. And um, human design, I have to look into this more, but the human design and the energies that are coming in are it's so interesting because it talks about the timelines that are ending, and that it is there is this death to the phoenix, and the phoenix is rising, the phoenix is coming up, and as the phoenix comes up, it opens the door, it opens the new doorway, the new gateway. And with this new gateway opening, it's bringing people into the other side, bringing people into, as the new world. Dolores Cannon talked about it, and many others talked about it, even all the way back to philosophers talking about it back in the 1600s, about this time. Tesla, when Tesla, came with this new energy and was trying to bring in this new energy into the world, but the world just wasn't ready at that time for that new energy to come in. And I'm feeling like the timelines that are breaking out are really showing us something new for ourselves, like new ways, but it's integrating. It takes a lot of integration for this energy as we are moving forward, because there's like almost like we are tethered into this world, or tethered into these ideas and belief systems. And it's, as you look around in the world around you, you start to see that how things are really changing, um, and making bold actions, and just getting out and doing the bold actions without being afraid, just saying, hey, I'm this is what I'm going to do. And I don't really like the woman too much, but I gotta say, Nancy Pelosi had some balls. She is a woman that went over there, whatever her reasoning was. I mean, all over, as soon as I hear everything over the news and stuff, that she has her own agenda, blah, 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 probably does. She probably does have her own agenda. So does every other politician have their own agenda. But this was where she went over and she basically said, hey, you know what? We're with you. And we're going to, we're going to be there for you, basically. We believe in your independence and stuff. So even as she was flying out, I mean, the Chinese Air Force came in beside. She didn't, it's like she just did a gutsy, bold ass move and said, fuck you. I'm not falling for the fear of what you're saying to me. And that's the thing. I mean, that is the energy. And, I'm not falling for your bullshit or your BS. I'm going to go do what I need to do. Whether you like it or don't like it, that's your business, not mine. And as Mercury is going into, well, Mercury is in his home sign in Virgo, and Mars is coming off that conjunction. This is to finding that new direction, finding that new way, and not getting stuck into the old patterns. And I think that's part of the anxiety everybody was feeling, because it's the new energies coming in, having us and directing us into the new realm. And with that Mars, or not Mars, the sun, the moon in Scorpio. That's that's big anxiety right there. The moon coming in, it's going to be hitting the south node. It's going to be opposite Taurus, opposite the north node. It's we'll be coming to the big square, the big T square this tomorrow morning or later this afternoon, depending where you are in the world. That's don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in old patterns. Don't get stuck in the old ways. And I think that's part of anxiety, the fear of getting stuck or the fear of getting left behind or it's not going to work for me. And this is like a great reminder for us to really move in the directions that we need to move in our lives. And it's going to take some bold ass moves to do this. In order to create that new earth, to create that new energy that we are wanting to have. And many times, when we're moving towards something, people ask, what are you doing? I'm doing what makes me happy. I'm doing what I feel is right for me. And that's the whole thing. That's all even part of the human design. It's doing what you know feels right for you, not what feels right for somebody else. It always works out when you do something that feels right for yourself and you stand in your power and you're going in the direction that you need to go. That's where you find your alignments. That's where you find other like-minded people. Other people want to co-create with you, want to it's like you have that spiritual antenna up even higher and it moves towards greater light. And I feel like, with these timelines that are coming in, and I've been talking about the timelines for some time, that this is moving us into new forms of meditation, new ways of connecting with other people. This is where we are coming and creating a world that we want to create, and not, again, not fall into the nuttiness. There's a lot out there that wants to pull you back, a lot that's out there that pulls you back. There's a website that I think it's called Not Real People, and it's an AI system that was set up, and it shows you people that aren't real people, and they look real. And this system has been running for some, this system has been running, and what they've been doing is making AI people who don't look real to keep you in the old vibration and listening to what they're saying. They've even shown that some of the people that are not real, like they've throughout COVID, coming out and saying how they've suffered through COVID and all that, and they weren't real people. They were AIs. And this is what is like, holy shit. A lot of the people say, the Pope's a drone or Pope's an avatar and stuff like that. All kinds of crazy stuff. Some weird thing just happened with Biden too. Uh, in just in his appearance and stuff was kind of odd. So, so who knows? Who knows? There's the dark really wants you to stay in purgatory, wants you to stay in these depths. And it's for us to keep on climbing the ladder because the door is there and the hand of God is there to pull us through. But we have to continue to go forward in our spiritual quest and happiness. It's just going into that direction of what's going to make you feel abundant and loved and alive, and feeling that where you're growing and wanting to have that nourishing energy, stepping into that nourishment of yourself and of those around you. And that's going to be very important in the next coming weeks and years, per se. So we're stepping into some real interesting energies. And as I said, October, November is really going to be crazy, and it could be upsetting. And Um, there's, according, when I look at the astrology, Saturn and Pluto still are not, they're still in less than a 30-degree orb of each other, even though they're in different signs. But, anytime Saturn and Pluto get together, there's some disease or some plague that comes out. And as he splits off, there's new types of, it's like offshoots of the plague, or offshoots of things that come off, that we start to really refocus our energies on. So be aware of that too, of things that are going to be popping off, of new types of plagues, new types of cancers, heart diseases, things like that. We're going to be hearing a lot more about monkeypox and all that. So, and what comes out from that. So it's very interesting when you start looking into sort of the different angles, and how, with astrology, when it starts, moving, the planets start moving, and how through history you can see how these things evolve. The other crazy part too is that, and I found this interesting, is that with Neptune in Taurus, and with the North Node, and with Uranus, no, Neptune in Pisces and Uranus in Taurus with the North Node. Sorry, I'm really tired. Uh, Sometimes I just like, blah, my brain isn't working. I know what I want to say, but my mouth doesn't reach to what I'm saying. Um, that the last time was in the 1600s. Like at any time there has been issues surrounding with women, and persecution with women, like huge persecutions with women. It's had to do with like a Neptune Uranus energies that were that happen. And we have the witch hunts. There was even a war that was out of women at that time. So this is I find very interesting, because right now we are going through where the divine feminine energy is coming in very strong, and there's a war against women. There's a push against, what a woman is, and women rights, and women just having to feel safe. So I found that very interesting, with the whole energy about women, Roe versus Wade, how that affects women in the United States, how it's going to affect other women around the world. Um, just how, different scenarios that happen around with women, and having to feel, and I got safety. So safety is a really big one that's also coming up with women, and working in this divine feminine, and honoring that of a, and I know this is really going to irk people, but that of a true woman, and coming in to that energy, or that divine energy of the truth of a woman. And so this is where part of the religious wars, part of the other wars that are going and the plagues that are going to be coming in, where um, a lot of persecution towards women, and towards that of standing up to be a true biological woman, and what that means by definition. So we're feeling all of this energy coming in, and we are feeling these changes that are coming in. And it doesn't help that Venus is quincunxing um, Saturn, because that really just makes things even weirder. Just saying, just makes it really weird. So we got to stay strong, stay in our truth of who we are, and step forward in that. And I know, even for myself, stepping in my truth of who I am, it's just sometimes when I'm doing something and people say things about me, or even complimentary, it's like it's like thank you kind of thing. I don't know why I brought that up, but anyways, uh tells you I'm really tired. But I knew I had to do a live today, because I know a few people were a little bit frustrated with some of the energies that were coming in. But I felt like even today, part of me wasn't really there. And I'm just like, whoa, this is like really strange. I'm here, I'm just doing my work. And it was easy for me to sort of detach from my body at work and just have my body do its thing. And um, I was out, focusing on more of my meditations and more of coming into into a light being and spreading energies out that way. So I found that very interesting as well. Um, yes, was big on frustration. Better now. Yes, it is better now. It is a wee bit better now. But it is going to be quite heavy as we go towards the full moon in Aquarius. Um, so there's still going to be a lot a lot of transitioning happening in the world. And I believe one of the things that, for me, that's been helpful is listening to meditations with different vibrational hertz and listening to alpha and theta and waves have been very helpful in really helping me to integrate a lot of new energies into my body because it really brings me into a relaxed state and helps me to breathe, come into that sort of breath work that to clear whatever needs to be cleared out of my body, right? Which is very important. Oh, putting on the Leo King. Yeah. I mean, he's feeling it too. He's getting really frustrated, I think, too. Um, but he gets more frustrated with people because he doesn't, he gets things right away. It's just the way that his brain works. And so it gets very frustrating for him because everybody's processing things differently and in different ways. So that's the big thing. So processing things in a different way. And like for me, I process things way differently than him. I get the knowingness, I get the understanding, but processing a lot, for me is differently because I am a projector. I'm not a manifestor generator. Um, Manifestor generators are really I mean they have their own kind of issues. Projectors just sort of like hum along because we're the leaders. We're part of the new leaders that are coming in. So so that's interesting too with different energies, but that comes in with human design. So if anybody's doing human design or studying human design and looking at the different energies that are coming in and the new gateways that are opening. This has nothing to do with the Lionsgate. Just an FYI. Anybody who knows me knows I am not a Lionsgate chick. Just, I've never have been. And I mean, with the moon in its fall position in Scorpio, and you want to use that as a new gateway and stuff like nah, I would not go through a gateway with the moon in Scorpio. Timelines are different. Timelines aren't the gateways. These are timelines that are bringing in energy to help to guide us to go up the ladders. That's what that is. It's not a gateway. And I know many people, different astrologers really get off on it. But the other thing too is like when you're looking at our calendar is not even in an alignment with that of the cosmos. So there's that too. But anyways, but it is the timelines that are shifting, and that the things with CERN too. And I know Leo was or David was talking about that too, and I've written that down about CERN because I wasn't too concerned about it until, like, I'm still not concerned about it because it's just opening different wormholes. It's like CERN is like a bunch of kids with a big hammer trying to hammer things out to see what'll happen. The cosmos is a dance. It's not a hammering act. When you see some of the pictures that are coming in from the telescopes, they're fantastic. It's not, there's such a magic that goes with them, and unveiling with all of the universe. It's not a let's smash things. And it's it's where I feel like sometimes, when you to really connect with that of the divine, you have to go into some deep meditations, and you really have to have those meditations that are very that help you connect more so. And that's why I love the kundalini. That's why I love vibrational ones. If you work in a grids, working with any grids, crystal grids are fabulous, coming into those vortexes. Working in the pyramid grids are fabulous as well. There's so many that are, people that are doing that, working within this energy of integrating and releasing, a lot that's no longer working with you. And a lot can be released very easily and very transitionally, and allowing for the new light to come in, and allowing for that new energy to come in, and having yourself to take the time to integrate it so that you are feeling complete and you're feeling in that wholeness of it all. So honor yourself. I'm going to go have a nap, guys, because I'm exhausted. 4 a.m. wake ups are not my idea of a good time. I'd rather, wake up later and stay up. I like to stay up late at night, so the 4 a.m.s really kill me. So have a blessed one, everybody, and I'll try and see if I can get on tomorrow and make more sense with things. I can tell when I'm tired because I my flow isn't there. My flow is not there. This is why I don't do readings when I work. So blessings, everybody, and thank you. And also, those who've ordered their full moon readings will be coming out at the beginning of next week. So if you ordered your full moon reading, that's just an FYI. If you want a full moon reading, they're a mini reading, anywhere between 7 and 15 minutes. They're $25. And it's a recording that's personal to you. So if you are wanting one, let me know. They're $25. So there you go. Have a blessed one, everybody. And we will talk to you guys soon. All right. Bye-bye.